You know that wooden mask sitting in your Skyrim inventory? The one you picked up at the Labyrinthian and never used? It's the key to unraveling one of gaming's biggest cover-ups, a conspiracy so massive it rewrites everything we thought we knew about Skyrim's history. The Dragon Priests weren't the villains, they were trying to save the world, and I can prove it. The official story goes like this. Brave human slaves overthrow their evil dragon masters and their fanatical priests. Simple, clean, heroic. Except Paarthurnax exists.
Yes. There were a few of us that rebelled against Alduin's Thur, his tyranny. We aided the humans in his overthrow. Alduin had flown far from the path of right action in his Pachlok, in the arrogance of his power. But I cannot celebrate his fall. Zutiraz ach ochma. He was my brother once. This world will never be the same.
Think about what that means. Alduin's own brother switched sides. His most trusted lieutenant looked at what was happening and walked away. He gave humans the Thu'um, the only weapon that could actually hurt dragons. The Dragon Priests demanded tribute and set down laws and codes of living that kept peace between dragons and men. Did you catch that? In Atmora, the original homeland, there was peace. The system worked. Dragons and humans coexisted. Everything changed when they came to Skyrim, when Alduin decided he wanted to be a god instead of fulfilling his purpose as World Eater.
Alduin Thuri, o anthid vokri has rixejun kuzig. Salakanir, Kalimir, Folusai Dokin, Zuu, Korav Nid no Dove to high. You do not even know our tongue, do you? Such arrogance, to dare take for yourself the name of Dova.
The evidence points to civil war, with brother fighting against brother, priest against priest. And after they banished Alduin, threw him forward in time with an Elder Scroll, the war continued for decades. But why keep fighting when your enemy's leader is gone? At Forelhost in the Rift, the Dragon Priest Rogot and his followers held out for almost a century. A century! When the Nords finally cornered them, they poisoned their own water supply. Every man, woman, and child chose death over surrender. People protecting power don't do that, but people protecting something sacred do. Let's talk about those masks, you know, the ones every Dragon Priest wears. The game tells you they're powerful enchanted items. What it doesn't tell you is they literally break the laws of time. So we get here. He thumbs through some papers and mutters to himself. Never you mind that me and Graz had to cut through 10 stinking trolls just to get him here. And without so much as a warning, poof. He's put on that mask and vanished. The wooden mask proves it. Put it on in Labyrinthian and you travel back in time. Actual, physical time travel to when Bromjanar was still intact. The priests had technology that makes the Dwemer look like amateurs. Remember that mass suicide at Forelhost? They were protecting this technology. Knowledge that could rewrite history. Literally. Bromjanar translates to North King Slave, the seat of absolute power where the 8 most powerful priests would meet, where you find the altar that unlocks Konahrik. Every other mask is named after its priest. Croesus wore Croesus, Rogot wore Rogot, but Konahrik? There's no priest named Konahrik. The mask exists without an owner. Konahrik means warlord in Dragon Tongue. You don't create a position called warlord during peacetime. The priests built a failsafe, a test requiring all 8 masks, proving you could defeat their greatest champions, then using time travel to unlock the 9th. They were preparing, setting up a succession plan for when the world needed it most, when Alduin returned. Anyone who's studied at the College of Winterhold should be uncomfortable with this next part. Archmage Shalador built his life's work directly on top of Bromjanar, the dragon cult's holy capital. He constructed Labyrinthian on their most sacred ground. Imagine living beneath the waves with a strong-sided blessing of most excellent fabric. Holding the fabric over your gills, you would begin to breathe, drink its warp and weft. Though the plant matter fibers imbue your soul, the wretched plankton would pollute the cloth until it stank to the heavens of prophecy. This perfectly describes what Shalador experienced when he supposedly stole knowledge from Akatosh, but what if that theft wasn't knowledge at all? What if it was an artifact, a golden mask that can summon spectral dragon priests to fight beside you, a mask that can literally save you from death? The evidence is everywhere. Shalador lived for centuries, unheard of for a Nord without serious magical intervention. His writings contain information from books that wouldn't be written for hundreds of years. He knew things about dragons that no scholar should know. Personal things. Here's my theory. Shalador was the last Konahrik. After the Dragon War, he saw what concentrated power had done, the destruction it caused, so he created the College of Winterhold as a containment protocol, a way to regulate magic and prevent another dragon cult from rising. The Labyrinthian became a maximum security vault for the most dangerous knowledge in Tamriel. He buried the truth so deep it became a myth, but he made sure the tools would be there when Alduin returned, hidden, protected, and waiting for the last Dragonborn. We need to talk about why the Dragon Priests were really fighting. The Thalmor want to unmake reality itself. Click here to see that theory. They plan to destroy the towers that hold the world together and return everything to primordial chaos. The Empire may wish to forget the wounds its pride has suffered at the hands of the Thalmor, but they are still out there, plotting, watching, waiting.
You think I can't destroy you? The power to unmake the world at my fingertips. And you think you can do anything about it?
The dragon cult represents the complete opposite. Their magic, masks that preserve through time, Draugr maintaining tombs for millennia, sanctuaries locked in eternal moments, focuses on preservation. They maintain the current reality, protect the cycle. They were guardians, not tyrants. Think about Alduin's original purpose, ending one cycle to begin the next. Natural, necessary, part of the cosmic order. In Skyrim, he went rogue, decided to rule instead of fulfill his purpose, and that triggered a civil war, a fundamental disagreement about the nature of reality itself. Remember Shalador hiding the dragon cult's power? He was preserving it for when it would be needed, because this war never ended. It just went underground. The wooden mask's time travel ability becomes a strategic asset when your enemies are trying to delete history. The priests knew Alduin would return. They knew the Thalmor would rise. They knew reality itself would be threatened. So they built a test, a gauntlet, a way to identify and empower a champion when the world needed one most. You. Here's where your brain might break a little. Mine certainly did. The Dragon Priest masks don't have an origin. They exist in what's called a bootstrap paradox, a closed loop in time with no beginning. Alright, follow me here. You collect 8 masks in the 4th era. You use the wooden mask to travel back to the Merithic era. You place the masks on the altar, unlocking Konahrik. And those 8 masks you just placed, they're taken by the priests who will wear them. The same priests you'll defeat thousands of years later to collect the masks to bring back in time to place on the altar. The mask exists because they exist. They have no creator, no origin. Reality just accepts this impossibility. The Dragon Priests weaponized paradoxes. But wait, because there's more evidence. Valak the Jailer defeated Mirak, the first Dragonborn who went rogue. He's the only high-ranking priest without a mask. Why? Unless he was Konahrik, unless he was the warlord chosen for that crisis. His title literally means guardian. Historical records say he governed with wisdom and brought peace to Solstheim. His reign is, by all accounts, a time of peace and prosperity for the people of the island, and he is remembered as a wise and just leader. Does that sound like an evil tyrant to you? So let me ask you something. If the Dragon Priests could see through time, if they knew Alduin would return, if they built all these elaborate safeguards, what else did they know was coming? What other threats did they prepare for that we just haven't discovered yet? Drop your theories down in the comments. I really want to know what you think. Alright, let's put it all together. The Dragon War was a civil war within the Dragon Cult, between Alduin's corrupted faction and those loyal to the original purpose. The evil priests were guardians of reality, fighting forces trying to unmake existence. They built elaborate contingencies, time-locked armories, and paradoxical artifacts to ensure future champions could continue their work. The greatest mage in history transformed their order into the College of Winterhold to hide their true purpose. Every time you enter a Dragon Priest tomb, you're undergoing a trial. Every mask you claim is an inheritance, and the spectral priest that Konahrik summons, that's the old guard trying to stand with their chosen successor. The Nords rewrote history, made themselves the heroes, and turned their protectors into monsters. But the truth has a way of surfacing, hidden in a wooden mask, locked behind paradoxes and waiting for someone worthy to piece it together. The last Dragonborn, the final Konahrik, the warlord they've been waiting for. The conspiracy isn't that history lied to us, the conspiracy is that the villains spent 4,000 years making sure we'd be ready for what's coming next. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe, like, and hype up this video. Drop your comments down below. I'd like to know what your theories are. And click this video where I prove that Lorkhan's entire plan was all a test.